Hello, I'm Eliana and welcome for another process video in my crafty alcove. I have been like Forever's guest designer for the month of September and into October using the Acorn Avenue kit. And right now I'm showing you Elvis Presley's office. You might wonder why. I'm not about to use that picture actually, but it was just how much it struck me that green space paper from the Cedar Lane collection that you see just underneath all the work I'm doing really reminded me of the carpet. So anyway, I just thought I'd show you that. And now I'm layering on some papers to which I'll be kind of developing the whole layout. So this one's called Luz It. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the phrase. Oh, by the way, that's Walnut Street, that paper there, the brown. Anyway, the phrase Luz It means simply to throw it. I'm not sure if that's just a London colloquialism or if it's a kind of worldwide recognised thing, but can also mean love it. And I think this is what this layout's all about, really. About me purchasing a typewriter from eBay. As a kiddie's toy typewriter, and I thought, oh, that'll do. I don't need anything fancy. And basically it didn't work, and I just wanted to throw it immediately after I'd received it and tried to get it to work. So there's a few pictures that I wanted to represent that whole story with, and one of those, the funny thing is I've started with the angry one, and of course it's a bit staged. I don't want you to get any freaky ideas that I might be a really angry person. Obviously I have my moments, but anyway, this is me pretend throwing it out the window. And the picture on the left is the picture that enticed me from eBay to buy this flipping machine, and the other two pictures and me being angry are also what will form the page. So I'm starting on the right there with a kind of wonky piece of Walnut Street paper that I placed down because I want to represent the idea of me having thrown that actual genuine piece of typed paper. So that was from the machine itself, my efforts and my disappointments all crunched up into that page. But I did want to keep that as some memento of the brief time that typewriter was in my presence. And I've actually used some typewriter key, what do you call them, stamps. And if you're wondering if I spelt anything in particular onto those, yeah, I did actually. It says "go away," which is a lot more polite than you might think of me by looking at that picture. Anyway, and so I've stamped that a couple of times in the background there just to, you know, make use of those typewriter keys, which also, funnily enough, have been in my collection a long time and I've rarely used. So that was quite nice to use those. And then this is the kind of a little starburst, and that was an add-on to the kit that month. I say that month because we're about to move on to a new month. Any day now people's kits will be arriving, so I'm kind of trying to roll out these videos. I'm so sorry. I need to get a schedule or something, like, you know, every Monday I'll do this and every Wednesday I'll do that. But video making doesn't seem to be a priority for me as much as I'd love it to be. So I need to get snappier at this whole thing. I really do. So what I'm doing now is, back to the layout, is laying down some of the elements. I'd kind of pre-assembled them on the left there of the complete frame. You can see there's a bit of an idea of what I wanted to do. So I knew that the top picture was going to be that typewriter that lifted straight from eBay. It looks gorgeous. It's like a champagne gold cover. Wasn't that amazing in the flesh, I'll tell you. And so this was the hello moment of, ooh, I'll have you please. And I've called that particular picture Buy It. And then I decided to type out some other words to represent the other pictures. So they say ink it, and then it says type it. And then that's my three words, and then I'll use the same typed font for the journaling on the right much later on. So I'm just sticking down some of the ephemera that came with the kit. Some of them are acetate, like that top piece that says splendid. Actually, I do use that word in real life. It's quite a lovely word, splendid. And then the hello, which is a clear acetate piece, and the kind of banner piece there. So I'm just jiggling it all around to make it fit in the way I'd like. And I've also placed down a couple of the pretty pink posh sequins that came as an exclusive mix with the kit as well. Just using some fab foam to give dimension to the picture. And if I could just mention the beige looking doily there as well. I've used a couple of those on the layout, and they're simply my Sizzix die cuts using an old photograph that printed beige, end of ream kind of thing. And it's just that it really reminded me again of the furniture in Elvis's office. And of course a typewriter is somewhat linked to a retro office, isn't it? And that's my glass paperweight, by the way, I've talked about in the past. It does do a great job because sometimes the foam does ruck a little bit with the wet glue, so it just lays it nice and flat to have the paperweight there. And the next picture that I'm working on is kind of in a similar feel. Why did I lift it? Anyway, that's the flower. Oh, I was showing you the fact that I've used something with typed print on it. The flower is a little bit typed, and that didn't go amiss with me. Anyway, what am I saying? This is well past midnight in real time, by the way. I'm just so keen to get this up and on YouTube so that I can possibly just do another one tomorrow. We'll see. Anyway, so sticking some flowers on the banner, making it all lovely and pretty because I just wanted to emulate the fact that I am still happy with the idea that I have to ink this thing. So actually what happened was it's a toy typewriter where it's the only typewriter that it seems the ribbon is completely discontinued because it was seen as a child's typewriter. It didn't need the, obviously these things are obsolete, and you can still buy typewriter ribbon, but only for adult ones it seems. And I didn't know that, and I also didn't know it didn't come with ribbon, this particular one. Always ask. It was my fault. I should have really. Oh, the backstory to this is I have since sold it at a complete loss in many ways, even down to the postage. I actually paid to get rid of it. Oh, I can't believe it. Anyway, and so yeah, and I even bought ink and everything, and I tried to use some of my own ribbon from my stash to see if I could just make some imprint. Everything I ploughed into this was just a complete fail. And so this last picture I should say, with my hand on the typewriter keys is called Type It, I think I mentioned before, and I wanted to give some sort of a tumbleweed effect to that picture. I've tried as best I could to isolate it on the page. Obviously it's quite a cluttered page, and I don't know if the isolation concept really works, but to my mind it does. It's just separate and has a different feel about it. There's an arrow just ready to launch that I haven't stuck down yet, but I'm about to, an acetate arrow. I think I'm still working on some the little title typed pieces. Yeah, so it's kind of like a bit of punctuation in many ways, so using the chevron pieces that came from the Heidi Swapp add-on, and then that lovely Acorn Avenue arrow to kind of give the impression of it having been thrown and on its way out of the window, and the beautiful Cedar Lane alphas going down to spell Luz It. And this I'm showing you here is my journaling, which I cut up into lots of little pieces and lay down because it didn't fit as one block. Anyway, I quite like it this way, and it says, "Oh my word, my sweet Microsoft Word, come back, all is forgiven, une petite erreur, petite deluxe, I should have known, we can never be friends, my love letters smudged and crumpled, au revoir," with my worst French accent ever, sorry. So yeah, there we are. I'm just sticking down a few sequins to finalise the layout, but of course not final until we get some of these clear words down, and some of them are, so they say things like blush over at me at the picture, and then the deluxe underneath the petite, as well as the word winning with the picture of the eBay purchase, and just things like limited edition and a question mark. Anyway, oh, here I am at the end, so thanks so much for watching. Please stay tuned. I'm hoping to get another video out very soon for you, and here are some more of the stills. Enjoy. Bye for now.